the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, arise and go down to the potter's house, and there I will let you hear my words. Verse 3. So I went down to the potter's house, and there he was working at his wheel. How would a potter work clay? Firstly, the clay would be stomped, tread upon. The clay would have water, be really wet, and then a whole bunch of guys, this would be their job. They would be squelching it with their toes, and that would be their job all day. Now, for those of you who are already running ahead, I want you to kind of see something here that God says, we are clay. And when he picks you, you may feel like, hang on, this Christianity deal, no one told me there'd be any stomping involved. Well, we're not over yet. Then, from there, these guys would probably bring it in some kind of wheelbarrows. Then the potter would take it with his hands. And so the third thing that would happen to this clay is the clay is handled. We come to verse 4. And the vessel he was making of clay was spoiled in the potter's hand. And he reworked it into another vessel, and it seemed good to the potter to do this. He's trying to make a teapot or whatever he's trying to make, and the clay is just not doing what it's told. So he mashes it, and that's what Jeremiah would have seen. And he starts again. And this is, I hope the analogy here is, as it would have been, I hope, to Jeremiah, I'm sure it was, is clear to us too. We are like clay before God, the potter. Now, as I was preparing this, I've got to tell you, the number of times I stopped and thought, am I? God, am I willing clay? Do I let you put your sand on the outside to rough me up? Do I let you put your water into my life when I've gone dry? Do I? And then I thought, well, this is ridiculous. Clay doesn't talk to the potter. And this is exactly what Isaiah said as well. There's actually a whole dialogue in Isaiah where he says, the clay talks back to the potter. What do you think you're making me into? And Isaiah says, that's not the clay's place to ask the potter questions like that. The clay's job is to let the potter do what he wants to do. So, here's the difference between us and normal clay. We're living. We are living clay. If someone begins to squeeze us and shape us, we go, hey, get your hands off me. Don't we? Am I the only one? Am I the only one? We're living clay. Verses 5 and 6, and the word of the Lord came to me, O house of Israel, can I not do with you as the potter has done, declares the Lord. Behold, like the clay in the potter's hand, so are you in my hand, O house of Israel. This is where we get this word, the sovereignty of God. God is saying, hey, you don't talk to me like that. You don't tell me what I should do, can do, will do in your life. I'm the potter. I'm the potter. I want to be yielded to him like that. When you return to the potter, you experience his touch differently. So here's my question. I wonder if God asked Jeremiah this question. Are you yielded? Are you yielded to, or are you resisting the potter? You can tell by how you pray. How often do you pray, God, please have your way in my life? Please. I have to add little clauses to that prayer because of just where my heart's at. God, have your way in my life. Even when I don't like it. Even when I don't want you to. Even when it's not comfortable. Even when I don't understand. Have your way in my life.